Hello, everyone. This is Will,
And this is Alex.
and welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Blah! Blah! Mostly. This might be a short one.
A short one? You mean as short as the movie was?
Shorter, possibly.
I think so. I don't even know. Like, this one, it wasn't like. It's not like a moment of silence because of how ridiculous. Like, well, it was ridiculous, but it wasn't. It's like a moment. Like, you know how usually we have a moment of pause because we're so just baffled that this movie even exists.
Mm-hmm.
This one I'm okay with, but
I didn't hate this.
But I didn't hate it either, actually, which I'm really surprised at because 1972 has been a lot of stinkers.
Like, I don't know. I don't mind this movie.
I didn't like it,
No.
but I didn't hate it. It's like somewhere in between.
I can tell you this.
It's special.
You've never seen zombies quite like this.
Nope, and we'll get into that. And it's going to be a short episode because, man, it was a short movie.
Garden of the Dead.
Yep.
58 minutes long.
58 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even feature length.
Counts as a movie, technically, but yes, only 58 minutes long.
Yeah. Usually, to be a feature-length film, you have to be an hour and a half, at least. Or
Well, I would think at least over an hour.
you would think, because this is basically just an episode of a longer show.
Yeah, this would be like an episode of some anthology show,
Yeah.
except trashier.
Yeah, it's not going to be Black Mirror quality, but
Oh, this is so much better than Black Mirror
Oh, yeah.
because it's got drug messages in it.
I wish the director would do an episode of Black Mirror. If John Hayes was just yeah, I'm going to do an episode of Black Mirror.
That should happen. I want to know.
I want a shitty director to make an episode of Black Mirror just to see what would happen.
I want more. I want to see this man do his own anthology show.
I just want to see a shitty director with a high budget. Oh wait, never mind.
We'll get to that.
Wait, never mind. We got we got Rampage.
We'll get to newer movies.
Yeah,
eventually.
I mean, it's gonna take a while, but we will.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we should stop, pussyfooting around.
If Uwe Boll can make a big budget video game movie, you can do anything.
Uwe Boll's gonna be our best friend.
Fuck that bitch.
He's gonna be our best friend. We have to watch a lot of his movies, every single one of them.
I know.
Every single one of them.
I know.
Except for Rampage.
It's gonna be one of those directors where every fucking movie happens to land straight on this.
Yeah.
No.
So get ready for that. It's a Garden of the Dead. Man, where do we even begin on this one? So it starts out with a still.
Oh, the credits?
An image still, yeah. And the credits rolling over it while, you called it horror swing, plays over.
Yes.
Plays over them.
It's got it's like swing music, but spoopy.
Yeah.
And it's a chain gang.
And they're moving formaldehyde barrels into trucks
for some reason
and transporting them. It never explains why they're transporting formaldehyde, but that doesn't matter.
I think they're transporting because they're all transferring to a different area or whatever.
That's right.
Why they have formaldehyde there in the first place is beyond me.
I don't know. In the middle of just nowhere.
Yeah. So
the warden.
He's this salty old man because they're all transferring and he's not getting the new job.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only one who's not getting the new job and he's pissed.
Yep.
He's not happy.
So they walk over to the formaldehyde barrels because he's still pissed.
Yeah.
And they're how long until we move all this stuff? And oh, stuff stinks. And one of the older guys is
formaldehyde never hurt anybody.
Yeah, this is strictly for the undertakers.
Yeah. Well, so the prisoners are done doing whatever, and they go on break.
Yes.
They get food, but some of them don't get food.
They get high.
They go to this shed that apparently no one can see what they're doing behind the shed, even though there's probably just an insane amount of mist coming out.
Yeah.
And he takes a fucking a tube.
like a hose.
Yeah, like a garden hose.
Like that's like, I guess, I don't know how they're like, why the formaldehyde's like steaming.
I don't know.
Does formaldehyde steam? I'm not like an expert in this, so I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't be able to tell you because in this movie we see it in steam and liquid form.
Yeah, and I don't know. Okay, well, we'll explain the next scene, and I'm not an expert, but I don't know if you can actually do this with formaldehyde. You might be able to.
We should try.
I don't want to.
Why?
Unless it makes me a zombie, then
exactly.
Maybe. A creature of the night.
It's the most overpowered zombies ever. And,
yeah.
So they start getting high off of formaldehyde.
Off of like smoking formaldehyde.
Yeah. He like takes a tube, sticks it to this thing, and it's steam now. And he just like sticks it right up to his nose.
And
then a bunch of other prisoners get right there next to him and they start sniffing it like
it looks like a giant circle jerk. Like they're all they're all like rolling back their eyes and like
yeah, like rolling back their eyes and grunting and like these ridiculous smiles on their face.
It's so homoerotic.
Remember the bald guy?
Yeah, like
he has like this ridiculous smile on his face. Because they're all getting high.
It just looks weird. Like they're all like,
It's even weirder in the scene after that.
Then they start they start saying like, you know, are we ready to escape and everything?
Yeah.
And they go into this tunnel and start digging out dirt.
Yeah.
Right after getting high. Formaldehyde.
So they're all high, and this whole scene is just grunting.
Yep.
They're saying something to one another. We can't understand shit. All we understand is grunting, and it's...
and they're dumping the dirt into a barrel.
Yes.
Of what was supposed to be formaldehyde. Hiding the dirt. You know, like in The Great Escape.
Yeah. Shocking. And they do that. And...
so, that's when the woman arrives.
Yes.
At the yard.
This woman dressed like a waitress just shows up outside the gate, and she just stands there for like 2 minutes. Remember,
all the guys like stare at her.
They stare at her and like rub their pants and like kind of like they'll be staring at her, and then they'll like kind of motion to their guy next to them like, "Hey, look at her."
And they'll start rubbing their thigh and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, this is weird.
And we're just like, oh, what the fuck? And then this guy comes out, and we find out that like they're a couple,
right?
The prisoner and her, and one of the guards is like, "You got 1 minute."
No, you forgot the most important scene before he lets him go see her, where they're yelling back and forth, and she's like, "It's been so hard. Do you know how hard it is getting groped and looked at the diner?"
No. So
and he's
so they start talking just like normal prisoners. He's like, "How are you?" "Oh, I'm okay. How are you?" "Well, she says, I'm gonna get like evicted."
Yeah.
And he's like, and then or not evicted, or like is she gonna lose her job or something?
She's gonna lose her job, and he's getting transferred, but they don't know where. So she has to move out of her house. And then
I don't remember what the fuck prompted this, and she's suddenly like, "I go there every day, and I get groped by truck drivers and perverts."
And then he's like, "I was beginning to think you liked it."
Like,
whoa! This like escalated so quickly.
0 to 100.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, why are they all of a sudden yelling at each other?
And then after that,
then it goes back to just normal, and the guard is like, "Hey, you got 1 minute. Let's
make it count.
Let's pull out," and they go and hug and kiss, and it's all awkward. And she's like opening, like
he eats her face.
Yeah, she's like her mouth's like gape the whole time.
Yeah,
just. I missed you so much. I love you.
No, remember the last thing she says? "I want you."
I want you. Yeah, like.
And the guard's just like, 15 seconds. Oh, fuck.
Come on. Alright, so then they go back. They're back in, like, the barracks.
Yeah,
and then or whatever, I don't know.
Then it's night.
It's night, they're playing cards, and 2 of the guys go off, and they're like, "Hey, come on, Paul, we gotta go. The warden wants us in his office." And the other guy that's like hatching the escape is like, "Are you gonna like follow them the whole time? Follow me. You can see your girl. You can have her. You can touch her, like tonight.
What do you say? You can do it right. You can do it tonight."
Yeah, you can do it right. You can do it tonight.
He's like taunting him, like, "That girl of yours. Oh, I bet you'd like to get your hands on her. I know I'd like to get my hands on her," and all this stuff. And he's getting like kind of agitated. But then he's like, they go in the corner to quote unquote talk, and he tells them about the plan, how they're gonna like go under the thing, whatever the fuck they dug under.
And then he just takes out a knife and just fucking stabs the guy.
Him.
Like, just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just stabs the guy.
Yeah, stabs him.
I think he thought he was too soft or something. I don't know. Like, it just, like you said, like 0 to 100.
No reason.
In 2 seconds flat.
And then they yell at some of the other prisoners who aren't escaping.
Yeah, and like all the people getting high off of the formaldehyde are like all like jacked up.
Yeah, so the people who are getting high are the ones who are escaping, and one of the prisoners says like, "You made all of them basically into junkies, so they would follow you and be stupid." And then remember, there's this one guy in the gang who's like this. I swear to God, he looks like he should be in a gay porno. He's like this huge, like, blonde dude with this ridiculous mustache, and he just says, "I want to choke him with my hands." As the other prisoner's yelling at him, that's what he says.
So they're all talking, and then they decide to kill the guard.
How do they kill him, Will?
He like he like alley-oops him, and like it's like this weird like ninja jump, and just like taps him on the neck.
Him. It looks like he taps him with a finger.
Yeah.
Dink, and he's dead.
And the guy's dead straight away.
We didn't know.
Just a little dink, and then dead.
We didn't know at first. We thought they just knocked him out, which in and of itself is ridiculous. But later on, you find out no, that tap killed him.
So they go.
Get used to this though, because there are many run by tappings in this movie.
Oh, sorry. I'll save my
too
comments.
Early.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like 10 minutes too early.
So they go to the gate and they start escaping out the tunnel. And the last guy with the gun,
who takes the guard's gun? Yes.
Yeah, decides that just one last time he's gonna get high on formaldehyde.
Yeah.
So he takes out the hose and just. As the guy's like in the tunnel, like, come on.
Eventually he goes, but he's like way fucking further back.
Acts like a total buffoon.
Yeah, he looks like someone's grandpa.
He really does.
But he's supposed to be a criminal who gets fucking...
stands all weird and like...
He stands weird, runs weird. Everything about him is weird. And he kind of like scrunches his face and like makes his eyes all big and... Yeah. They escape, and I guess he has a key to this truck that has...
Like a flatbed truck.
The truck happens to have...
a bunch of formaldehyde on it.
They all get on, and then the old man runs up way later, and they take his gun, and they just...
No, remember he...
Oh, yeah,
he trips and fires off the gun.
And it alerts the whole camp.
All the, like, the warden and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they get on the flatbed, and the old guy gets on the flatbed, and he's like, "It was an accident. I didn't mean it.
I swear.
It was an accident. I swear it was an accident." And the guy is like,
slowly, and then he shoots him.
Yeah, you can go to hell, you little son of a bitch. Like, remember he says that right before he shoots the high guy?
You little son of a bitch.
You can go to hell, you little son of a bitch.
Shoots him and he, like, flies off. And then the cops, like, mobilize all their cars. They head out. The criminals get in their truck, and there's a slow chase where they're all shooting at each other.
Which ends in the weirdest way possible, because, like, the guy in the truck loses control.
No, he gets shot.
Oh, that's right, he gets shot.
He gets hit. He gets hit in, like, the fucking head, somehow.
Like, it's barely even noticeable, though.
No, you notice it because he like screams and kind of like clutches his face, and
So-
then like loses control and runs like into a fence, and then he doesn't flip the truck over, but
It
like,
goes up on a hill enough that it like dumps.
it goes off enough that it dumps all of the formaldehyde and the prisoners,
Mm-hmm.
and the cops just stop the cars and shoot them.
Firing line just
They
completely.
shoot them all.
And they all die in a puddle of formaldehyde because there's formaldehyde
Yes.
everywhere.
Also worth mentioning, the place where they crashed just happens to be a graveyard.
Yeah,
Do you think that might be
little indicator.
yeah.
Yeah, you think?
Yep.
So there's all this formaldehyde around, and they all die in the formaldehyde with the graveyard. And then it goes back to the warden chaining up all the prisoners that knew about
But
the
didn't tell
escape and didn't tell him.
Yeah.
So he chains them to posts and is like, "You're gonna stand here for 2 days with only bread and water.
Yeah.
Like that's all you get."
And one of them says something and he's like, 3 days for you.
3 days.
And one if you says a word, it'll be another day for each word you say.
So then we go back to the cemetery formaldehyde pond, and and like there's these 2 prisoners that are burying all the dead guys.
This is where it begins.
It's shallow graves, right?
Very.
So one guy's looking off in the distance, and a hand like reaches out.
No. There's a guard, remember? He dies off screen and he
Oh, that's
screams
right. And he's
like,
"Hey, where'd you go?"
well, he screams like a 12-year-old, remember? It's like, ah! And then they're like, John? Are you there, John?
John, and he like
And then
looks up.
there's like a hand coming out of the ground and it grabs him. His reaction, though, is so, like, wrong.
I can't get it off.
No, don't forget. He, like, kind of slowly looks down and then just, like, looks at it some more. And then he's like, his friend is there behind him. And he's like, hey, I can't get it off.
I can't get it off.
And his
He
friend just drops the shovel and fucking runs off.
bails. It's a smart man right there.
That dude his hand is so strong that he just can't.
It didn't even wrap all the way around his
No.
leg. It's like a little. It's like a.
It's like just a part of
It's like
his
how you
leg.
grab a remote, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
Not
it's
even that. It's like how
Not,
you.
it's not enclosed over the remote.
It's not enclosed.
Or over his leg.
And he can't escape. He like falls over, and then like the other guy just runs into a fucking like bunch of them. They're just standing there.
And
and
they
then-
just beat him down.
Yeah, and then all the other ones start slowly rising up like head first out of their graves, and then this guy just gets choked to death.
Remember the guy was shaking on top of
Oh,
him
yeah.
to, like kill, like get the final
Yeah.
kill in.
Yeah, they get up and
The head honcho zombie walks over to the guy who hatched like the original
Yeah.
escape. Walks over to the truck and like lifts it up and is like, "Well,
no he lifts it up and there's like a box with a bunch of garden tools.
yeah." And he takes out all the garden tools and they start saying, "We will destroy the living.
We will destroy the living.
We will destroy the living."
I just know during this whole scene you were like, what the fuck? Formaldehyde zombies,
Yeah.
and they talk, and they scheme,
And they can use tools.
they can use tools, and they've been in the ground for maybe 10 minutes. They are already in decomposition.
Yeah.
They look like your regular, like, George Romero zombies.
They get more decomposed as the movie goes too,
Yes.
and I don't understand. Like that doesn't work.
Well, I don't understand anything. But
Yeah.
that's,
So
yeah.
so it cuts to the girl in an RV,
Oh, yeah.
and there's the doctor.
The prison doctor.
Yeah, he's giving her a sedative to like help her sleep.
Which they never talk about again.
No. So he goes out and he talks to the 2 owners of the RV and is like, "Thanks for letting her stay here. Like,
Yeah.
she's really like
Some random people in the fucking woods.
yeah." And then we get and so we get these zombies running up to him, and just like tapping them with pickaxes.
Don't forget, they run up to him and then they run into. Okay, this makes no sense. They have 2 RVs. Don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
They have the big one, which the girl is in, and then there's the small one.
Yeah,
For some reason,
that was like her RV, but it didn't have any
the
like.
couple runs into the tiny RV
Mm-hmm.
and they get tapped to death.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman wakes up and sees this in the window and starts freaking out.
And then she sees the prison doctor. Like they're actually like hitting him. They're not. Well, they're hitting the ground, but it looks like they're hitting him. They're not tapping him. The doctor that gave her the sedative. Like, cause they. Oh no, he gets away.
No, he gets away. They kill the old couple.
They kill the old couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had
Sorry.
me fucking confused. I was like, whoa.
I was confused at the scene. I was just like, what is going on?
Because you don't see them die.
No.
Well, you see, like, she, like, looks and then, like, there's, like, a window in the other RV and you see her, like, screaming, kind of. But then you, they just tap them to death.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps freaking out and they just surround.
She loses her shit.
Oh, she loses
I mean,
it.
I would too, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, she loses it.
No, Will, this is totally normal. You have
Yeah.
to, this is totally normal. You have to keep your cool. This happens every day.
And the zombies surround the RV.
Yeah.
And they're all looking at her. And this is like, they're like in full decom.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
Skin is gray and everything.
I was like, wait a minute. These guys have been dead for less than like 5 hours.
Like 15 minutes.
Maybe.
Yes.
They haven't been dead long at all. Decomp would not start.
Mm-mm. Apparently, when
Like, they
you're,
look really pale.
apparently, when you're a formaldehyde zombie, decomp starts
Decomp starts
the
soon.
second the dirt hits your fucking skin.
Just decomp.
You are in. They look like George Romero
Of course,
zombies.
I think that might be a little counterproductive because formaldehyde isn't. I don't know.
I will.
A lot of logic is lost in this movie,
I-
so
They wanted an excuse to have zombies that get high, and they were like, "What can we use?"
spoilers.
I got it. It's not a spoiler. They've already been getting high, but they're like, "What can we use? What can we use?" And then someone in that meeting was like, "Hey, I got it, formaldehyde," and they're like, "Oh shit,
This guy's a genius.
You
Let's
fucking
do this.
madman, we're
Like,
doing this."
I wonder if John Hayes, the director of the film, was just like, guys, I want a movie where these guys get high on formaldehyde and then die in it and become zombies.
And they're still getting high on it. Because later on in the movie, we keep seeing them getting high on formaldehyde.
That's
Even
their
in-
whole goal.
Even in death, they still need that.
They're junkies. They're formaldehyde junkies.
Yes.
So,
Someone should make a movie called, like, about zombies that get high on, that just drink alcohol.
Mhm.
Like, they die in beer, and then they get resurrected as zombies. They have to keep, like, breaking into bars and drinking beer.
kind of like what we're doing.
That would be our movie.
I mean, we're kind of zombies because we're watching all these
Yes.
terrible movies and have to just like suffer through
Yes.
them while drinking beer.
I feel nothing.
I don't either.
Good.
So she gets up and she starts freaking out, but she turns on the RV and drives away.
Drives away. I was really hoping that one of them would get run over, but no.
They all like lightly step
It's
away.
too
from the
vanilla
R-
for
yeah,
that.
they step away from the RV.
It's too fucking vanilla for that.
And then they cut back to the yard.
Yeah.
And I remember you laughed really hard at this scene because literally the scene starts and one of the guards is just
my
like,
God.
"That's good." Like that's how the scene starts.
Yes.
That's good.
Mid-conversation.
No context.
No. And the way he says it is great because he says it like so like almost jovially, like a sitcom. He's just like, "That's good."
That's good.
Like, it's just immediately 5 seconds before this was her screaming and just ah, and then that's good. Which does that describe the movie for you?
That's good.
Is that how you? Yeah, when the movie ended, you're just like, "That's good."
Yeah, but it was more of a sarcastic, like, "That's good."
That's good.
Good. It wasn't so jovial.
No, he was very jovial. He's very jovial about his prison job where
Yep.
people just died that night. So she pulls up, screaming.
Freaking out.
One of the guards runs out to help her. The other guard gets on the phone to tell the warden. And remember, he's like, the warden's like refusing.
Yeah, she's like, don't help her. Like, she can...
But remember what he says. But, Warden, the woman's in a bad way.
I don't know, Warden. The woman's in a bad way.
Yeah. And then they have the one, like, creepy shot in the movie where he's helping the woman and he kind of hears something in the distance and there's like this, it's foggy, it's nighttime, and then you just see like these figures in the distance slowly walking through the fog.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the one creepy shot in the movie.
And I should mention, we have like maybe 10 minutes left in the movie.
Yeah, I kind of...
That's how short this movie is.
Yes.
This is the final climactic, and it's like, seriously.
Yes.
It's so short.
It's there.
Like,
It's right there.
We're already there.
And then the guy like takes her into the camp to says like close the gate, which does them nothing. No fucking good. And then he's like, I don't give a shit what the warden says. Like, we're gonna whatever.
Yeah. But the zombies take an axe and just cut right through the barbed wire.
They cut through the barbed wire like it's made out of like a cobweb.
Probably because it is. I mean, it's obviously made out of like a fake wire, but
I know
because they don't even struggle with it.
No, he doesn't even look like they use any force when cutting it.
So the warden doesn't believe anything they're saying. He's like, there's no way you saw them. They're all dead.
And then they go out, and the like one of the, I don't even remember why he ran out. Remember? Because one of the guards kind of like runs further out.
Oh yeah, no, he goes to check on something. I don't remember what. But then he gets, and then like
they all poke him to death.
We haven't gotten to the drive-by axing.
We are almost to the greatest scene.
The fly-by axing.
The greatest scene in zombie movie history.
Mm-hmm. So after that, they don't know zombies go and get high again off the formaldehyde.
Yeah, they're like, they go to where they were getting high earlier, but this time they're not even using like the gas. There's like a puddle of water that they've been kind of like dipping the hose into for some reason, and they're just like rubbing it on their face.
They're drinking it. They're like just dumping,
shows them, like, okay,
taking formaldehyde showers.
So these zombies that were previously like, nah! Now they're like, like bathing themselves
all
and, like,
over their bodies, drinking it. Like one guy's like taking like handfuls of it,
just
and like
anything,
just patting it on his face.
I know, anything.
Like it's a facial cleanser.
Oh yeah, man, clean your pores real good. Clean your
that
zombie
formaldehyde though.
Clean your zombie pores.
Exactly.
And so the sheriff finally, like, cause he sees his whatever the fuck officer get killed. He finally like kind of, he doesn't believe that it's the prisoners, but he knows there's something up.
Yeah, so he decides to go. They get the backup generator started, and he decides to get the prisoners from the post.
Yeah. No, not yet.
Oh, not yet. Sorry.
Not yet. This was way after. So he then goes somewhere, and a zombie attacks a guard. Remember? He's patrolling the cars. He kills him by again drive-by poking,
like running by and just like swinging him, like just knocking
instant
him. Instant death.
Instant death.
Opens
then,
all the trunks.
all
the.
This scene is fucking ridiculous.
All the hoods of the cars, he just opens every single one and tink tink.
Yes.
Tink tink.
It's not as funny. It's not as funny as when he goes to the RV though.
That was the best one.
Yeah, he opens all the engines and then like pokes the engines to where they're not working anymore.
Starts hitting them with a pickaxe.
Just hits them like a madman, and then he like just runs around some more, and eventually like. Did he kill someone else?
I think he did. He ran by another guard and just like yeah. Just like
I think there were like a couple guards that were shooting at him, right?
Yeah.
And then one of them, like for some stupid reason, he's right in front of him. He like misses him, and so he just like tink, and he's dead.
Dead.
And then
the touch of death.
Another. Oh yeah, he did kill him. And then he runs to the RV, remember? And he just starts like doing the same thing, but he keeps hitting like.
Now I want to kind of recreate this. Do you want to do the yelling or the dinking?
We'll do the yelling.
Okay.
There!
Dink.
There!
Dink.
There!
Dink.
There!
Dink dink.
It's terrifying. It's so terrifying.
As he's hitting the RVs, just the grill of the RV.
He's just hitting the grill, and it just makes this tinking noise over and over. And then they finally like he like runs at him some more. Then they shoot him, and he's dead.
And he like has this
yeah.
weird seizing, and like smoke starts billowing
It's
from
the
him.
formaldehyde leaving his body, which they never do that again. And then one of them is like at the front, and they shine a spotlight on him, and he starts freaking out.
It's the old man one.
The old man.
The one that tripped and shot the gun off.
I have a question for you. How did he turn into a zombie?
I don't know, because they shot him well before the formaldehyde even dumped.
Yeah, you know what? Do you know what that is? It's a
A-
plot hole.
A continuity issue?
Both. I mean, that's a severe continuity issue. But I guess they're just like, whatever, fuck it.
Whatever, let's just do
Fuck it. Just put this fuckface in there.
So they shine the spotlight on him, and he just like starts freaking out and running away, and like tries to climb up a tree.
He like starts humping it.
Yeah, and then like
He falls over.
He just lays down, and just like foam starts to come out.
Well,
of his
first
mouth.
we're confused because we're like, what? And then they run up to him and like, yeah, he's foaming and like his skin is melting.
He's decomposing more.
And they're like, I guess they figure out that the light kills them. There's an explanation for that later, which is bonkers. And
now we get them trying to. Now the warden's like, okay, we got to get all these prisoners. Take some to the generator house and some to the warden's house.
yeah, there's another attack. Because this is when they decide to free the prisoners. Remember?
Yeah, there's an attack on the warden and the guard. Yeah, well, this is when they're free. So they go to the post to free the prisoners, and they're all like unlocking them. And
the warden is at the last guy.
He's like, and then drive-by axing.
It was way more sudden than that. Because he's just doing it, and then like out of nowhere, blah! And just like, and he just ragdolls just at the fucking ground.
And then dead.
And then someone else like grabs a shotgun and shoots the zombie. And they all go into like...
Some go into the generator house, and then some go into the house, the warden's house.
Yeah. They also... They take down the spotlight eventually.
Yeah. And
And
the doctor brings in Paul.
Yeah.
The
guy who got stabbed, he's still alive.
Yeah. I don't know why he's important, but... Because he doesn't do anything.
I don't know. Well, he spends the whole movie laying in a fucking couch.
Yep. The whole rest of the 5 minutes we have?
Yes.
So the warden...
So this is where they talk about, like, their genius plans. And he's like, the light makes them decompose faster. The doctor says this.
Yeah.
I won't even bother explaining why that's bullshit, because it's not... Doesn't matter. But it would make sense for sunlight. This is not sunlight. It's just a fucking...
It's like a cheap spotlight.
Yes, it's like if you shone a flashlight. It's like if I took a flashlight right now and I shine it on your like face, you would like age.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like foam starts like coming out of my mouth.
Your hair would turn gray and you'd be like an old man. That's the logic.
At least you're not choking me with it.
Oh. Oh, that happened. Throwback.
What, to yesterday?
It was so long ago, Will.
So they bring down the spotlight and they put it in a position where it's like directly shining.
I don't know where the fuck they are.
Of the warden's house. I have no idea.
And my other important question is, why the fuck hasn't anybody attacked them in there?
I don't know, but they do eventually, because remember the one of the guards is like, the warden's dead. We got to get out of here, and the doctor's like, why?
Oh no. So when I'm at like the room that, okay, wherever they are, where they have the generator and the spotlight, they are never attacked there.
No,
those guys
they're
are
completely
just
safe.
they are there just chill, they could eat pancakes and relax.
Yeah,
everyone else is being fucked up.
Everything's good in the generator
Everyone
house,
else is being fucked up. But yeah, the doctor is like, we have to leave, and then
no, the guard was like, we have to leave, and the doctor's like, why? It's like,
because but then he says these old walls won't hold them, and all I could think was, they're already in. You fuck.
And then immediately after you said that, they start breaking in the window.
Like, they've been getting high for like 10 minutes already, just rubbing their faces with formaldehyde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that happens.
They shine the spotlight, the zombies go away, and then they hatch a master plan to...
So they're going to go somewhere. I don't remember where.
I think they're trying to get to the generator house to get to the other people. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. So they have to go from this building to somewhere else. And their idea is the people in the generator house with the spotlight are going to like shine their way so that the zombies can't touch them, which is what happens because the zombies keep like reaching, and then the light touches their hand and they like peel back.
It's like when you dip your hand in like really cold water and you're not expecting it to be like that cold.
Yeah.
You're just like you recoil.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
The generator starts to fuck up.
Starts going in and out.
But they're unharmed.
Goes out for like a good like 20 seconds.
Yes, it goes on for a long time.
Charge up the generator.
And they're unharmed.
And they're totally fine.
The only thing that happens is that like two of them puss out and run back to the house, and then the woman and the guard are there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the guard's on the ground because he tripped over something.
And so when they're heading back to the house,
Well, don't forget,
like the woman stands in the spotlight.
Well, she stands there for a bit, and they just stare at her.
Yeah, there's like, they don't attack or anything. They just stare at her.
That's when your very astute theory came about.
These some thirsty zombies.
Yeah, and I was like,
these some thirsty ass zombies.
I wasn't convinced. I was just like, is that what they're doing?
You became a believer.
But then the next scene, they were like, they didn't touch you. Why? And then the boyfriend is like, because they've been selling me for years. They want to touch you and they want to do things to you and all this stuff. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me?
And then they confirm it more by one of the new head honcho zombie is like, bring out the girl.
Yeah.
We want to see the girl.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The girl.
The girl.
And
terrifying.
So
they're like, okay, go out there.
You're gonna be the guinea pig, and she's like, okay. Like,
well, they don't even tell. At first, they're just like, okay, we want you to go out there. She's like, she kind of like shakes her head. It's like, okay. And at first, I'm like, what the fuck is the plan? You're just gonna go out? Okay, go out there. And she goes out there, and they just stare at her.
And like one of them starts raising up an axe
for some reason.
I don't know why.
It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for his.
They thirsty.
Yeah, you get it.
His raising axe, if you know what I mean.
It's a PG movie, so...
He's raising his axe, if you know what I mean.
It's a classy production. Mm-hmm. It's a classy film.
I would never call this production classy.
No.
Ever.
No.
This is trash.
Yes.
But...
So, she has, she starts, like, lifting up her, like, dress, and at first, I was like, oh, no. But then, what we got was... even dumber.
She takes out a shotgun.
A shotgun and points it at him, but she can't shoot him.
So then the firing squad comes out. The guard.
Well, the guard's like yelling at her, like, shoot him, and then he's like, fuck this. He just runs out and like takes his own shotgun and shoots them.
Yep, and the doctor joins in and like one of the other people.
They all shoot them.
They all shoot him dead. And then the girl goes back in and is like, "Oh, I'm so glad we're together." Like blah blah blah. And then the doctor and the guard go outside and roll one of them over. And it ends.
Masterpiece!
That's how it fucking ends.
I mean, it is 58 minutes long, but why does the ending have to be so limp dick?
You know why? Because the director probably didn't know how the fuck to end it.
Literally any other way.
He didn't know how to end it.
Blow them up.
No.
Or something.
Shotgun, where you barely even get to see them being shot.
No.
Because it just shows the people firing the shotguns.
And then them falling. Yeah. And then the last guy's like clutching his dick.
Yeah.
Because apparently he got shot like next to his crotch. And he's like, he looks like he's in tears. He just falls down dead.
It's a metaphor for masculinity.
It's a metaphor. He got...
The death of masculinity.
It's a metaphor about toxic masculinity. I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what he was going for.
See, they are toxic males because they are quite literally sniffing toxic fumes.
Being such a horn dog will get you killed.
Yes, by getting shot in the nuts by...
Yeah. Being a formaldehyde junkie, which I've never heard of.
We should
but
try
maybe
it.
it's a thing. I don't know.
We should try it.
Um,
We should go and go to a graveyard and be like, hey, you hook us up.
I'm like, wow, like, so that was Garden of the Dead. How do you feel?
It's okay. I don't know. I don't hate this thing. I wish the ending wasn't so fucking stupid and anticlimactic. I don't know. Just literally anything would have been better than that.
Yeah.
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, blow them up. Or, I don't know, like, do some crazy scheme where you, like, run them into a building and you turn the lights on and they all melt. Just anything. Anything would have been better than that. Because even, like, that ending of them getting shot is so... The build-up, none of it's there. It's bullshit. But it's... I don't know. I don't hate this thing.
I didn't hate it. I thought, there was a lot of stupid, but
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like one of the more enjoyable movies we've watched, just because of how ridiculous it was. But it's weird because like it was like ridiculous, and I was like, I can kind of get behind this, like how ridiculous this is, and then it ended with that, and I'm just like, never mind. This is like
you kind of have to accept its own internal ridiculous logic.
It's a movie with many flaws, but
Are they flaws though, or are they just batshit weird ideas? Because like, okay, they talk, they use tools, they can run, they can jump. They are still horny.
It's weird because I wouldn't consider these zombies.
Yeah, they're still horny, and they still need drugs.
This is kind of like the undead. Like I don't know if I could consider them zombies because they don't act like zombies, and they poke people to death.
Yeah, they don't eat anybody.
Yeah, that's their main purpose is to get high off formaldehyde and be a total horn dog.
And I just wonder, like, what was their grand scheme after all this?
I don't know. They don't explain it.
Their only scheme is to get revenge. To get revenge on the prison. And get that girl.
And get high off formaldehyde.
Yeah.
Which I just looked it up. You can get very high off formaldehyde, so that's a real thing. Which is
good.
So it's a real thing, but
good. So good. This is a very scientifically accurate movie. I see.
Sure.
Everything in this is logical and real.
Yeah, well, like our other movies, everything is logical.
No, this is more so. I think this is the most realistic one so far.
I would say this is definitely a contender for like one of the better movies we've watched of 1972, because it has been a shit show.
Yes,
it has been just awful.
You want me to blow your mind? This thing has a lower rating than Beware the Blob.
That's surprising to me because this is definitely better than Beware the Blob. Like, so much.
It's only 58 minutes long and it has like a script and shit.
Well, yeah, they didn't improv their lines.
I know.
Which is a blessing.
They might have improved those formaldehyde scenes, but you know what? I'm fine with that.
It's such a blessing to have a script. Even in the last movie we watched,
I know.
like, at least there was a script. It's a terrible script, but at least there was one. So
this had a great script.
I'm suddenly grateful for scripts.
This had a great script. It had my favorite line. That's good.
That's good. We will destroy the living.
We will destroy the living. Give us the girl.
Oh, jeez. Some important updates, though, before we end the episode. We now have a Tumblr, which is kind of exciting. It's they mostly come out at night on Tumblr.
We also have an Instagram.
We have an Instagram, and I'll post all this on our like Facebook page, and I'll make sure it's on our Podbean too.
We have a Pornhub.
On Pornhub, yep, exactly. We do horror porn.
You have to pay.
Yep.
It's not.
It's a premium channel.
Yes. Look, we don't do this for free.
Premium channel, okay?
We don't do this for free. I'm not a charity.
I mean, we don't do this in a basement on one speaker with just one computer.
This isn't a charity.
This is a whole studio right here.
You got to work for this.
We have a team of scriptwriters,
yes.
and like we have a lot of people to pay.
Yeah, we do. Thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
Every episode costs $1,000.
Yeah, you think we give you these podcasts for free? We're making you pay in other ways.
Pay me. Fuck you, pay me. Yeah. We're pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, we're
Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, whatever.
We're getting well distributed everywhere. I'm even setting up a Google Plus. Not that anyone uses Google Plus.
Wow.
But
Will, I'm so proud of you. That one person that listens.
Hey,
who has
maybe
Google Plus.
Maybe Craig, who uses Google Plus, is gonna be like, "Wow, my favorite podcasters are on Google Plus. Yeah, this is awesome, man." That one fan's gonna make the even more of a difference.
Good. I hope he's the happiest clam ever, all time.
He'll probably look down his nose at all the Podbean people, like oh, look at all these plebs. Look at these.
I'm on that
plebeian
future social
look at
media.
These plebeian socialites.
I'm on that futuristic social media.
I'm on that Google Plus.
You should get a MySpace. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. But yeah, so anyway, we're everywhere that podcasts are found, and we'll keep posting and making this happen. So
Sunday.
Yep, Sunday. We're diving back into 1972 because we ain't done yet.
We ain't done. We got several more.
Yep, we got a lot more. And it seems never ending.
Oh, it's great. It's going to be great, Will.
I don't know if it's great.
Oh, it's great. I'm so excited for the next one.
Scared.
Because I know.
I'm scared that it's going to get worse.
It's not. It can't. We've seen Beware the Blob.
It can get worse. Never say never.
There's one movie coming up that might be worse, but again, Beware the Blob.
Are you calling that's going to be the worst?
The one that we have not seen yet?
Yeah. No, I mean like Beware the Blob.
Maybe.
Is Beware the Blob the worst, or is the next one we haven't seen yet going to be the worst?
There is one that we haven't seen yet that I think will make you want to kill yourself.
We'll see.
Because I've seen like 10 minutes of it, and I was already like, oh no.
Okay.
But then I was like, oh shit, we're watching this. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Beware the Blob has its special place.
Yep, we'll see what happens. But for now, this has been Will.
And this has been Alex.
And we'll talk to you later.
Bah!
Bah! Poke.